All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we'll bring you back-to-back update and information as it is hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you go be the first. We will collect them. Mazi and the Kanu's lawyer have made a shocking revelation on Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer speaks on secret meeting between Tinubu and the IPOB leader. You don't share. It's like something is going on. It's like the people where they feel say Oga Tinubu and him people then where they feel say they be strong head. It be like say they beg from underground though. You know, say na so politicians they do. They feel not talk am open, but they fit come underground. What they beg you, they tell you say, "Oga, wait you go need, how we go settle this matter?" Because you know, big man get pride. But meanwhile, let's go down to that details. Make you follow me. Go down and make we go see waiting the sub between Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu and the Tinubu, which secret meeting will be said they hold. Ifeanyi Ejiofor counsel to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, has reacted on alleged secret meeting between President Bola Tinubu and the IPOB leader in the villa. A post on social media has claimed that Kanu, who has been in the DSS custody since June 2021, was scheduled to meet with President Tinubu by 11 a.m. on Wednesday. According to the post, the IPOB leader would be presented with documents to review. Discussion will be held at exactly 11 a.m. Nigerian time today at Asorok section. After discussion, documents will be presented to him for review. We have no idea yet what this document contains, but we have got an eye on what and would bring you updates on that too, the poster read. His release process would kick off as soon as possible after the meeting today. The Supreme Court would now step in and all would be done. Remember the exposition last week? Due process would be followed, but the end point remains the same. Kanu would go home soon. When I don't see, make we still they go down as they go. Because what I see they go is say, however, Ejiofor denied knowledge of such meeting, describing the information as fake and unfounded, being propagated by anonymous fake persons. Ejiofor, who said that the same information was posted on Facebook by Anonymous, explained that I was with Nnamdi Kanu on Monday and he did not mention anything like that. There is no such a meeting. It is useless information being published on social media by an anonymous person. Someone had sent the post from Facebook to me earlier this morning, but I said I speak on such issues because it makes no sense. I wonder how possible it is that Kanu will be having such a meeting without any of his lawyers knowing. I was with Nnamdi Kanu on Monday, and what we discussed was about his case coming up at the Supreme Court on Thursday. That is what he asked me to inform Chief Ozekome about. He did not say anything about any meeting, and he did not ask me to tell Ozekome anything. All I can say is that I don't have any knowledge of any meeting, and Nnamdi Kanu did not inform his lawyers about any meeting. It is fake information being circulated by non-credible bloggers who claim anonymous. My people, watch out all. Because everybody knows MNK Ohamadike, one of Ndi Igbo, that he is a man of simplicity, and in his simplicity he is a man of wisdom, and his wisdom is a man with strict discipline and procedures, ways of doing things. I don't think that even as and if you look at the personality of MNK, I think you don't need to be told that that guy must have been given many offers, you know, to step down on his to step down or to forfeit the struggle but I think maybe he must have refused on those deals that must have been given to him to agree to because of the kind of man he is. You remember that there was a time there was an invasion in his father's compound in Afaruku, Ibeku, Abia State, where the men of the NIG military invaded his house. And upon that invasion, many people lost their lives. I think and there are more than 20 or more who lost their life in that incident. And still upon that, this guy still held his ground that he's not going to compromise, I guess, because he loves his people so much and he has stood on the path of truth and have maintained that his people, who are the Biafrans, must go with their freedom. And he is very resolute. He is very consistent with that dream and that vision that he had. And he believed that him coming out from the DSS detention will be for the victory of his people. And of course, you know that the government know some of these things. They understand these procedures. They know. The same thing happened to Nelson Mandela. I think Nelson Mandela spent 20 years plus in the prison, and when he came out with victory. And Kanu himself has stood on the words of Nelson Mandela, on the words of people like Martin Luther King Jr., and also on the words of Mahatma Gandhi. If you are a reader, if you are a man who reads, and if you have read documentaries of Martin Luther King during 1947, 1950, and those days, you found out what transpired, what happened, in America those days, whereby the blacks were not given opportunity to exercise their self-human right. Even after Abraham Lincoln declared that there will be no more slaves in America, some slave masters still held their slaves because this world is all about information. Many of the African citizens then who were held in slavery did not know that Abraham Lincoln had set them free, and Lincoln had declared that there will be no more slave in America. And some of them were still held under their tax master. They were still working as if they were slaves without knowing until information started going around. Even some of these people still worked as slaves almost for like 10 years after Lincoln must have declared them free. After Lincoln must have set them free because they lacked the information. And when people like Martin Luther King, who was the son of Martin Luther King Jr., who was the son of Martin Luther Sr., came out with his ideologies, his wisdom, who started fighting for the cause of the blacks in America, there was a lot of lynching, there was a lot of killing, there was a lot of things happened during that time because the whites, especially in some of the places like Alabama and the rest of them, we are fighting tooth and nail that the blacks are not supposed to, occupy some positions in the government. And then, if you are a black man and you are aspiring for a better position, I think it's a no-no for you because the whites then will gang up for you. They will bring up a gang up for you to make sure that you did not get up to that position. But as time may have it, time may have it, Martin Luther King kept on writing, kept on preaching, kept on moving from one program to another, from one conference to another, educating his people, educating the blacks. There is what is called recalibration, brain recalibration. I think this is what most Africans need because I think most people lack the reading ability. So if there is a speaker like MNK, and I think if you look at what is happening to MNK, you find out that this is the reason why he have been held in captive, so that his voice will not be heard again, because his voice carries the power of freedom. His voice carries the power of enlightenment. His voice carries the power, the power of enlightenment, the power of education. And I think his mission upon the face of the earth is to educate people, to take them to the path of freedom, and bring them to that land of freedom and where they belong. And the government officials, parastatals, does not like to see people like that, because when people like that, they appear once in a generation, and people like that are there to spoil show for the government. And when they see this kind of people, they fight tooth and nail to make sure that such people are being shot. But by the my God Almighty, whenever he raised such people, they pass through temptation, they pass through persecutions, they pass through trials, they pass through so many things, but at the end of everything, they still emerge winners. Meanwhile, I'll be winding down the curtain here, and if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you'll be the first to take it. Thank you for listening. God bless you.